And of course, you know, if you stop out of your, you know, hit your model tab, it goes back to your regular model deal in, you know, in the assembly environment. But it kind of keeps your, you know, your motion study as a separate affair. Okay, I've created an assembly, you know, this plate and this part. You know, which is a cylinder, so you can, you know, and the only relationship I have is there's a tangent mate, you know, between this cylinder and this face of this part. Now if we go in and do an animation, you know, firstly, you know, I can go, you know, in one of these areas, you know, if you right click, you know, I can hit a place key. So that's how you kind of get it all started. Another way to get it all started, though, is, you know, you can place your, you know, little time thing there and actually move something, okay, and then it creates a you know, keyframe. It kind of drags it out, you know, from that keyframe point, and it just jumped, you know, as you saw, interestingly enough, from this first keyframe to the end there. I can move that to the start, and let's see what happens. Well, didn't look like it did anything. That's nice. Anyway, you know, it's not really all that impressive. Okay, but, you know, if you go, you know, you can change the interpolation mode. Like I can put that and that on the end of this thing, and you know, accelerate and decelerate. And by the way, you know, these parts, you know, you really just have, you know, you got the mates, you know, that are all in there, and you can see we just got a tangent mate. That's the only one in this drawing. You can alter the appearance at various keyframe points. You can mess with an explode. You know, we don't have an explosion diagram. There's really nothing to explode. And you got its move key. So, at any rate, you know, that's what I'm saying. We got these. That's why this one, you know, we have a move key. That's what we're actually modifying here, you know, along the timeline here. And then it looks like you got, you know, general selection of mates, which includes all the mates in the assembly. But, you know, those mates can be altered, you know, like certain distance mates and so forth. You know, you can kind of alter them to get different animation effects, and a lot of people do that. So, anyway. Okay, I'm going to do a new motion study, and basically you can attach a motor to anything cylindrical. So I want to change its direction. Okay, and you got, you know, your constant speed, distance, oscillating segments, and, you know, if you bring up data points or expressions or whatever, you know, it gives you this motion builder here, so you can actually create, You know, like at 0 seconds, you know, we want its value to be at that. That's fine. At 2 seconds, I want it to be 0 degrees. Let's see, I can, you know, use degrees per second. I can put acceleration in here, or just displacement. So, but I'm going to go ahead and put like 20 degrees per second, I guess. At 4 seconds, I'm going to say, 500 degrees a second. And like I said, we got these different interpolation graphs too. Cubic spline, linear, and a schema spline. So, but anyway, you can see the resulting graph. We got here. We got an acceleration graph. We got a velocity graph. I guess that would be considered an impulse graph. I don't know. But at 6 seconds, let's back it back down to 20. And at 8 seconds, let's back it back down to 0. Okay, so you can see the resultant acceleration graph, I believe this is, time and velocity. So you can see velocity is changing, and so this is an acceleration graph. And you got actual acceleration here, so you can see that the acceleration is diminishing, and decelerating, accelerating, etc. And so anyway, it's pretty cool. So if you hit OK, and we established a motor on it, and we calculate that sumbitch. Okay. So it's actually rotating backwards for a little bit, and then it's rotating forward really fast, and then coming to a dead stop. Not exactly what I thought it was going to do, but well, that's partly because of the fact that I don't know. I mean, I had that thing go out to 8 seconds. Curious. Huh. I'll figure this out. I don't know why it stopped there. But yeah, it goes out to 8 seconds. You can also make it use for somewhere else in this document, but you can also save it. Let's see what it, beyond basics. Okay, but yeah, it's not calculating it out to the full length of it, but I don't see any keyframes to grab, so I'm kind of confused. Oh, still the motor thing. Okay. Okay, now that's the motion profile I expected. I thought it was interesting, how that curve, went below the graph. Here, because this means that it's going backwards right here. That means it's going forward, and that means it's going backwards, so that explains this motion here, but I don't know exactly what's going on. But anyway, it's pretty cool.